Okay, Dennis, let's begin
Uh-huh.
with a controversial subject.
I don't like where this is going.
Something a bit taboo.
Oh boy.
Is Tesla overvalued?
Oh no.
We're there. We're here. This is us doing it. This is us having this
Oh
discussion.
no. He said the OV word. He is making people doubt their investment decisions. Oh no.
What are your thoughts on Tesla?
It's
Would you
over.
invest at current price?
I'm gonna start off this episode by reiterating that I don't know what I'm doing in terms of finances. I am by no means a financial professional. I don't take anything I say as advice for investments. I don't know anything.
I am also not a financial advisor. I am not a stock analyst. Um, but statistically speaking, neither are you. So your opinions are weighed just as much as mine.
And quite frankly, I do not care what you do with your own money. So that's my preface for
So let's begin. Would you park money in Tesla stock?
Yes,
Yeah?
because the
Stocks go
stock
up?
market don't make any sense anymore. Stocks only go up, and I think only hedge fund managers are losing money at this point, and basically any random person could probably scrabble three letters together, pick that ticker, and stocks will probably go up.
Bull market, baby.
Yeah. So just as a baseline, almost any stock is just going to go up. But Tesla has the advantage of having a coalition of people that will continue to talk about it and highlight all of its positive virtues and all of its plans in the future. And that won't give up on the company, and that consider selling even a share to be as being disloyal to the company. So stocks is going to keep going up. Whether
Okay,
you
but
don't
that aside, though,
think
right?
that should make sense or it should be that way, stocks is going to go up.
But that aside, because the question is not will Tesla go up? It's is it overvalued from a logical standpoint? Should Tesla be valued at what they're currently at?
Well, this all boils down to if you consider Tesla to be just an automaker. If you consider Tesla to be just an automaker, strictly an automaker, with no experience in any other facets of automaking or their other things they want to do, then no, then yes, they are probably overvalued. If you're going just from a strictly, they only make cars and that's it. But the popular counter to that is always, well, Tesla's more than just an automaker. Tesla is an automaker. Tesla is a rapidly expanding automaker at that. So there's growth. People always like to see growth. You know, we got 3 factories coming up simultaneously. Then people will point to obviously their advancements in autonomous driving. So that's another very lucrative sector that they are trying to be a leader in. Then they have their little other things. They have their insurance that they're trying to do. They have their entire energy division, the power walls, producing the cells. They want to be more hands-on with producing the cells in the future, so they might have a much greatly expanded battery business in the future. Then they have their solar roofs, their solar panels. They might expand that out into other facets of the home, such as maybe HVAC systems and whatnot. So, you know, when you take into account everything else that Tesla does, the valuation might still be kind of crazy, but it's, you know, there's at least some semblance of like, okay, that's what people are pointing to when they are trying to justify the market cap of Tesla.
Yeah, but you're pointing to a bunch of things that can eventually become reality, not things that are reality today. Tesla's not a market leader in anything outside of cars as of today.
Yes, but I know that you know that the market loves speculative plays.
Mm-hmm.
And what more can you want than the company that has like 6 speculative plays in one? They got a bunch of things they're trying to do. Maybe they hit one of them, maybe they hit all of them. People love it. They might become the industry leader in this. They might become the industry leader in that. They might become the industry leader in something else. Potentially could be an industry leader in multiple things, and that's what people are just banking on.
But as of now, as of today, we have surpassed the bull case for even the strongest bulls.
Well,
ARK Invest was the strongest
that was
pro Tesla
that was at
stock.
15,000.
It was at their bull case is 15,000 by 2024. That's what their bull case is. But
pre-split.
Pre-split, which would be, do math,
3,000.
About 3.5 times more than the current price.
Mm-hmm.
But that was based off a lot of achievements that Tesla would have to accomplish, and they outlined very specifically here. Hold on, let me get this open. They outlined here very specifically what they thought the price would be if A was accomplished, what they thought the price would be if C was not. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And their case was for 2024, 4 years out, because this was done in 2020. I believe it might have been 2019.
Mm-hmm.
We have surpassed their bull case by 2 times over if we exclude autonomous driving, their robotaxi network.
Mm-hmm.
And from the time that this was written to today, Tesla's made no more progress in releasing a robotaxi network. So now we're above speculation. Now we're at assuming that robotaxis would be achieved, because if they're not, this price is not justified even at the strongest bull case. And ARK only gave a 25% likelihood that robotaxis would be achieved. So
to be fair, FSD has made considerable progress since those 2 years. Which
but this wasn't based off FSD. This is based off a robotaxi network.
Well, you can't have a robotaxi if your FSD doesn't work.
Launching in 2021 at $2.50 a mile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where 2021, there's no robotaxi network. ARK gave it a 30% likelihood of happening. If that does not happen this year, we're twice above where ARK expected us to be 3 years from now in 2024.
Yeah, but the entire stock market as a whole is like inflated to where it should have been. So part of it is a lot of hype on Tesla's part, but the other part of it is riding along the waves of the rest of the market going up for whatever multitude of reasons.
Went up 1,000% 12 months.
I'm not saying that the stock market itself inflating was responsible for 1,000%, but it might have been responsible for like 200 or 300% of that increase.
Maybe.
So,
maybe. Their median target was 2,700 pre-split, which we're at 4,200 pre-split or post-split, pre-split. You get the point.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, Tesla has just as much to prove today as they did last year. They've done nothing to like shock the world. Everything that they've done in the last 12 months has been as planned, as expected. They didn't surpass guidance. They hit their guidance. Nothing came out of nowhere. And even the strongest bulls did not expect this price, because if you did, I don't know, man. $4,200 pre-split options were trading at what, $1 a pop? I don't see a lot of millionaires out there. No one really gave that faith in there, huh?
Well, it's just the mantra of don't doubt Elon, I guess.
But again, if you weren't doubting Elon, why don't I see hundreds of people who were holding on to Tesla leaps? Why do I count them on my hand? Why can't I know like 5 people?
Because that back then was a ridiculous notion to think about.
And if it's ridiculous back then, see, here's my point. If it was ridiculous to think about back then, what has Tesla done in that time period to justify this jump? Again, everything has gone as planned. So if it's gone as planned, why didn't you plan for this jump in price and buy
Uh,
those options.
well, because I'm sure people eventually thought the evaluation would come, but it just came sooner than anticipated. For what reasons? I don't know. Maybe, man, what happened in the past 12 months? I mean, they more or less hit their guidance of how many cars, but that only was proven a
Tesla
couple weeks
hasn't
ago.
really moved on any news this year or this past year. They kind of just moved when they felt like it. It wasn't like, oh, the Cybertruck unveiled, now it's going to jump up. The Cybertruck actually pushed the stock down. There wasn't like anything that pushed it. It just kept
Well,
going.
I don't know. Maybe people. I'd be interested to know how many people within this run up are actually deep into Tesla and would know their guidance and whatnot, and how many are just random retail investors that the only stocks they know is Tesla and like Amazon, and that's the only thing they put their money into. Because even though we know the guidance has been pretty much met, we've known that factories would have to be built in different continents and whatnot. The average person might not know. The average person has been sitting in quarantine for the past 12 months and just hearing about how all automakers are dying and not selling enough cars or whatever, especially in the beginning months. It's that is alleviated in the past half a year or whatever. But they hear that, and then they see Tesla just continuing to steam along like nothing's wrong in the world, and they're like, huh, this seems to be a very resilient company. They seem to be, cars are now driving themselves in the FSD beta and whatnot. Maybe I should get in on this. So I have a feeling that the average retail investor has a lot of responsibility for this constant run up. And obviously you can't, 1 month the stock's $300, then the next month it's $400, and FOMO starts to kick in because why is this stock continuing to run up? Let me buy into this, and then that just perpetuates it even more. Now it's $500, now it's $600, and now it's $840 or $850 right now because it's continuing to go up, and people are like, well, this is a type of stock that just is going to keep going up. Let me contribute to pushing it up because I don't want to miss out on these gains. So it's just kind of self, positive feedback. But I'm not a financial expert. I don't know what these market movements are.
If we look back at ARK's numbers, which by the way everyone laughed at the time because
Us
they were
included.
so out of reach and unrealistic, and here we are surpassing them.
Mm-hmm.
They gave an 80% likelihood that Tesla would achieve 40% margins by 2024 with an average. These are the bull cases. They gave high and a low end. These are the highest end. Okay, a 40% a 40% margin on the average selling price of $35,000 because more affordable mass market vehicle being introduced, which we are going to see, the Model 2. Okay, so if I take a $35,000 average price and I take 40% of that, it's $14,000 a car. What's Tesla's market cap currently at? 700 billion.
According to Google, 806.
So they'd have to sell roughly 60 million cars just to pay back their market cap.
Yeah, but valuations is not
unrealistic in the stock sense.
It's a times 30 or whatever revenue, or times 10, 50. I don't know what the rule is.
Revenue. I'm speaking profit though.
Oh yeah. Still, if you're doing a times 30 or whatever outlook, then
they sold 500,000 cars last year.
Yeah.
You're expecting them to put a guidance of 750,000 cars next year. I said a little higher at 800, I believe. Do you see them doing I actually don't know what ARK's 2024 forecast was on cars produced. Give me a moment here.
Probably like
7.1 million cars. Do you see them doing 7.1 million cars by 2024 as it sits right now?
7.1 million cars. Well, if the goal is 20 million by 2030, is that the goal?
Yes, 20 million by 2030.
Well, if the goal is
20 million a year.
Yes, if the goal is 20 million by 2030, then by 2024, I would hope they can at least do 7 mil. Okay. Where they're gonna pull out 7 mil from 500,000 right now, I do not know, because that means If we have
I
Fremont,
think without the Model 2, it can't happen.
no.
We saw 16% year-over-year growth in the United States with the Model Y being introduced. With a brand new car, it was only a 16% year-over-year. At that rate, they will not hit 20 million cars by 2030. They need a more affordable car.
We would need like every factory to average like 1.5 million cars. And as far as I know, the production limit on all of them is 500,000.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Tesla can definitely build out factories quick. Whether they're
Yes.
going to continue to build out these factories that are only 500,000 capacities, or they're just going to continue expanding the factories they set out, I don't know. But
Well, it seems they're just going country hopping.
yeah, this
It seems
current
they're just trying to get 500,000 in the U.S., 500,000 in Germany, 500,000 in
Yeah.
China, and just going to keep building.
Yeah, if even if every factory they're building right now was finished, it's not going to be enough.
It's what 1.5 million a year, around that.
Something like 1.5, 2
What was
mil
the What was the
max.
document that we just looked at?
That was for batteries. How many batteries
Okay.
they want to make? The cells.
Okay,
How
and
many cells they were
how far
planning.
behind are we from that initial projection?
Actually, I don't think we're that far behind. So, but it's not enough. It's supposed to be about 35 gigawatt hours each year, and I
Mhm.
think that's what they are at right now. So that's fine, but that's only enough for 500,000 cars, if I remember that document correctly. So even if the factories are enough
Where's
to
the batteries
produce,
coming from?
they gotta make the batteries, which they're trying to do, and will continue to try to do. Battery Dave really was strong on the "we need more batteries" train, and yeah, man, I really got on a tangent. So current valuation logically doesn't make sense. Stock market is not really logical right now, though, and most of the value is based on what Tesla will do in the future.
Yeah, but there's still so many unanswered questions.
Yes.
Again, by 2024, going through ARC's thing,
Mhm.
if they somehow manage to figure out how to sell 7.1 million cars a year, which
Mhm.
was the bull case, right?
Mhm.
They have all those roadblocks ahead of them. Where are they going to get the batteries? Who are they going to sell these cars to? New cars. If they do everything on this list, right, which none of it has been achieved, not a single thing on this list has been achieved. ARC still saw Tesla stock under its current price by 2024, unless they achieve a robotaxi network, which was projected by ARC for this year. So we're like years ahead, like not just a couple years ahead in expectations, but like 5 to a decade ahead is what this stock is at. If you think that all of this will be achieved by 2024, realistically the stock price shouldn't move, correct?
Realistically,
Realistically,
sure,
but as we know, stocks only go up.
yes.
But just because it goes up doesn't mean you're right. It makes no sense.
Really, this episode is about your hurt pride, and how you don't like how things don't make sense.
I don't like how things don't make sense. No, you know what it is? I don't like people trying to make sense of it. Listen, you made money because you decided to put 100% of your portfolio into Tesla stock,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're a millionaire. Good for you. Good for you. If I walk into a casino and throw $500,000 at a blackjack table, I might walk away with $1 million too. But I need you to understand that you're not some financial god tier advisor. This was straight luck. Not even the biggest bull expected this. And if you did, and if they did, you'd be making a lot more if you would have projected it a year ago.
Oof. Well, there you go. Stocks only go up.
Only up.